Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is a process video for tracking my scrappy life and this is week 7. I was on Instagram just scrolling through the hashtag bullet journaling and I happened to come across a couple of different spreads that had the circle style, and when I went to go look at my stamps from Catherine Pooler, because most of the stamps that I do use is either Close to My Heart or Catherine Pooler, and every once in a while I'll throw in, like, I'll say a side of Stampin' Up. It just depends on what I'm doing. Well, my circle spread that I have for Catherine Pooler is not one that I could cut essentially the circle out to be able to use the middle. So I went into my Close to My Heart circle, or into my Close to My Heart stamps, to find like a circle, and this one popped up, which is a love type one that we have in the new catalog, and I absolutely loved it. So this layout, or the spread I should say, for my bullet journaling for week 7, which is coming up here, it's going to be a very different. I am going to do tons of coloring, which I'm not going to do everything on camera, because let me tell you, it took me a while because there is a lot of coloring. But I decided that's what I was going to do. So each circle is going to be a number, and this time I decided not to put the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on it. I decided to just do the dates in the break of the leaves, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to that point. So I did draw out some lines. I kind of like sketched this a little bit without doing the stamping until, or like beforehand, just so that I can see pretty much where I want to put the stuff and then go from there. But it is pretty much an easy spread. I do some boxes down on the bottom for my reading and my log of, let me see what it is. I did my reading log, my YouTube log, and then a bills log, because obviously the 15th is coming up, so I put that down. And then the to-do list is also on there. And then I do my Monday through Saturday, Sunday little box, and then I drew a heart around the 14th, because that is this week, which is on Thursday for the United States. If you do Valentine's Day, celebrate that holiday. My husband and I kind of don't really essentially celebrate it. We may get each other's gifts every once in a while, and we will do like a date night. But this year, depending on what happens with his schedule, and if I can find somebody obviously to watch KJ, if not, it's no big deal. We'll just set in and do something here at the house, and it's pretty easy. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit about how I'm going to color this. So I took out the same colors. I did stick with the same colors that I have done throughout this whole month of February, which I was surprised. I was surprised that I stuck with it. I'm excited to move on to other colors, obviously, but I have one more week, so I might as well just keep it going. And I do color the mint in the leaves, and then everything else is going to be pink for my, like the wreath that's kind of around the circle. So here I am, I'm taking in my modern typewriter from Close to My Heart to do my numbers, and I start with the 11th on top, which is Monday, and then I walk my way through. And then I pretty much start to move on to the next side, and then I do add in like the word love and week 7 on my banner, and I add some flowers and some zigzags through it. I add a little bit of like what I call sparkles along all the pages to just add something a little bit different and add little flowers here and there. And then I do, because the 15th lands this week, I do get out one of Catherine Pooler's stamps that looks like a notebook, a spiral notebook, and I put down my YouTube log so I can log my subscribers and my hours for the 15th. And I pretty much, if I remember correctly from the 1st of the month, which let me look here quick, I did jump from the 1st to the 15th from what I have looked at as of right now when I'm doing this voiceover. It did jump up, which is good. That's the whole point of me tracking this. And my hours has gone up as well. So I am fighting to get my hours to 4,000. So I've realized, because at first I wasn't sure if this is what was happening, but it is happening. They track your hours within 12 months. Because I am going up against my hours from last year, because I have done now a full year's worth of scrapbooking for process videos, my hours from last year are coming off as I'm adding the new hours. So sometimes the hours go down and then they creep back up and go above and beyond of what I've written. So now that's what I'm going up against, because I noticed it when I was getting ready to track the 15th again. I went down at the 1st of February than what I had when I clocked it at the 15th of January. So like the 1st of February, I'm sorry. So I'm starting to notice that that's what's going on, which is fine by me. I completely understand. I know the logistics behind it and everything else like that. So now I'm up against those hours dropping off and then me gaining hours. So, but it's still tracking along pretty good. The other thing that I put down is this quote from that stamp set, which is, "Our family is a little bit crazy and a whole lot of love." And I thought that was perfect. And here I am, I'm cutting a stamp. Doesn't bother me a bit, because it had the word love and then something else on the bottom, and I just wanted the word love because I wanted to add some flowers right underneath that, and that's what I did. So I cut it. Yep, I cut my stamp. Don't bother me a bit. And then I come around and here I am, I'm doing up the leaves, which I really like how this turned out, this part right here. And then I do color it in. I color everything, like I said, everything, the mint of the flowers that are leaves are the mint color, and then the flower type stuff is pink. And off camera I just doodled, and I think it took me a full hour, and about 15 minutes of it was me coloring. So that I didn't think was too bad at all. And I'm just adding little bits here and there, and then I color in little bits here and there. You'll see what I color pink. And obviously I do have the still shots at the end so that you can really see the full effect of what I've colored in and what everything looks like it completely done. I hope that you're enjoying this. I do know that this is something that is not for everybody, but if nothing else, you know another way of using your stamps. Or you can be able to use these stamps in a different fashion, whether it's on your layout or in a traveler's notebook or in the bullet journaling like I am. I am truly enjoying this. So I'm at week 7 and I'm doing pretty good. So that's week 7 of weekly spreads and 2 monthly spreads already. So I'm at 9. So that's not too bad. I'm doing pretty good so far, and it's not like it's taking up too much of my time. And then once I do all of the, photographs, because I gotta remember not to write down all of my stuff that's going on, because I want, I don't mind that I put it out on social media of like when my YouTube channels are going up, but to have other companies like my products and to like when they go and repost my stuff on Instagram, again, I don't mind that my stuff is on there. It doesn't bother me a bit, but I want it to be more professional looking, and adding my personal life into a spread just doesn't look too personal. So I've been reminding myself, do not add my things until I've taken my photos and then add my stuff. So I'm leaving them blank so that you can kind of get an idea and a little bit closer of a photograph to know what I'm exactly doing. And of course, like I did add my reading log and my YouTube log and my bills log and my to-do list. Those are just typical things that everybody does anyway. They add whatever they're going to do, whether it's their fitness or whatever. So those types of things doesn't bother me. And adding my YouTube log, that's not a big deal either. Because I don't have my numbers or anything in there. So And then I did add week 7 onto right there where I'm working at, and then I color it in as well. I use the 3 colors that I've been using, Sapphire, Sea Glass, and Raspberry. Those are my 3 colors for this month, and it's been working out pretty good. So here I am, I'm coloring that in. And I did do some coloring, obviously, on camera, so you can kind of see what I've done. But most of it I do off camera, just so that, 1, it doesn't take up so much time of you watching me color, but then 2, I can just color and then be done. And here I add the word love, and then it's pretty much, for the most part, done with the major stuff. Now I come in with the little stuff, like the heart or the flowers that are part of this stamp set. And of course, I'll link everything down below that I've used on top of Catherine Pooler's things and the Close to My Heart stuff that I have used. I do add this flower that's at the edge that I color off camera, that it's pink, and it's the mint leaves are, or the leaves that are blue now will be mint in the inside. And here I am, I'm just adding these little flowers. They look like they are little like wildflowers in the, I guess like out in the pastures. For me is what they look like, and they're just sprouts of little flowers hanging out everywhere. And then this is pretty much, I'm back to doing just the like speckles of sea glass. This is the one thing I just realized, this is the one thing that I do not like about stamping. My hands are completely blue after I'm done, or the color, because you know you're wiping it off, you're using wipies to clean everything off, and I have to tell you that is the one thing that drives me insane about stamping. But the end result looks good, so I'm completely fine with that. And then the still shots are coming up, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!